Well, it's been quite the afternoon. The rain that was promised has not turned up. We have blue skies on all sides. And this is four-wheel drive A final leg number 3. You will remember that it was Matthew Peters that took leg 1 and Ben Smith that took leg 2. The overall lead at the moment is with Neil Cragg. So Smith or Peters will need a second place to displace Cragg and take the overall win.
Marshal change please, get the grid sorted out.
Quick thank you to
Pretty much done, I think. That's on your way down.
Schumacher, Rudebits, Model Tune, RC Octane and FF Racing. Commentary today is from Mark Musgrave.
Okay, good luck everybody. This is final race of the day, A final leg number 3. Let's make it a good one. Here we go. So off and away we go for the final race of the day, A final leg number 3. Matthew Peters won leg number 1. Ben Smith won leg number 2. Let's see what happens now here. And now in leg 3, Matthew Peters leads them round on the opening lap. Someone's had a bit of a tumble there. I think it's Ben Pugh dropping down the order, dropped about 5-6 positions. Oh, he dropped right to the back to get his body shell back on, and Neil Cragg's had a mistake right at the back as well. So Matthew Peters leads them round on the opening lap. Tommy Hall to the 2 spot, Ben Jemison, Ben Smith from 8th up to 4th. James Chappell running 5th. Oh, Tommy Hall biding his time, looking at Matthew Peters. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all breaking away from the rest of the field. Tommy Hall going around the outside of Matthew Peters. Will Matthew shut the door? Tries to, but Tommy Hall is through to the lead of this A final leg number 3. Matthew Peters 2nd, Ben Jemison 3rd. Ben Smith 4th. Luke Holdsworth not counting this one jump, car number 7. So Tommy Hall coming past the driver's stand now. Matthew Peters, Ben Jemison, Ben Smith. Luke Holdsworth is there but not counting at the minute, but he's there. At the top 5, Matthew Peters got some fast cars behind him, and look at this, Tommy Hall got the hammer down, pulling away. He knows he's got a chance to make it happen now. He's got a 2-second lead. These guys are backed up. They've got to make a clean and tidy manoeuvre if they're going to do it on Matthew Peters. He was there, TQ man in qualifying, won leg 1. And he's running there with Ben Jemison, Ben Smith and Luke Holdsworth all chasing him down. Matt Thompson not too far back also. Down the straight, look at the lead, Tommy Hall. He's just pulling away lap after lap. The gap is up to just over 3 seconds now. Jemison up the inside of Matthew Peters, making it happen. Ben Smith going around the outside of him. So it's all changing. Ben Jemison to the 2 spot. Matthew Peters back to 3. He's gone wider. Ben Smith goes up to 3rd. Matthew Peters back to 4th. Luke Holdsworth 5th. So not sure what's going to happen with this overall. We'll let the computer work it all out. Could be 3 different winners though. So it's Ben Jemison, got pressure now from Ben Smith. These two are going to try and push themselves along to Tommy Hall, but Tommy's lead almost 4 seconds, which is absolutely huge at this level of racing. Only halfway through though, so lots can still change. So battle of the Bens for the 2 spot. Jemison got Smith all over the back of him. Oh, those two just come together. Pretty much racing incident, I think. And Jemison holds on to the 2 spot. Smith 3rd. Matthew Peters still there in 4th. Matt Thompson 10th all the way up to 5th now. Just approaching the final 2 minutes. Neil Cragg has a mistake as he comes around the sweeper. So it's Tommy Hall. There's a bit of a bobble going down the step down, but gets away with it. We'll check the lead as he goes. There he goes. Tommy Hall goes through. Ben Jemison in the 2 spot. 3.7 second lead for Tommy Hall. Ben Smith just over a second behind Ben Jemison. Then comes Matt Thompson. Then comes Luke Holdsworth. Ben Pugh recovering now. He's on his way up. He's up to 6. Then it's Matthew Peters, Neil Cragg, Will Venables and James Chappell. You're 4 in order. 1:30 remaining. Tommy Hall checking out in this one, just over 4 seconds clear. Ben Jemison and Ben Smith still there, second and third. Smithy's closing in, the gap's down to 0.6 of a second. So that's the closest battle we're watching on the track, second and third. Here they come round, past race control. Past the driver stand now, 1:10 on the clock. Up and down the step, up and down the go. Round the chicane, coming onto the straight, Jemison and Smith. The gap is half a second, so Smith pulls in just 1/10. 1 minute to go. So these two pushing themselves along to Tommy Hall, 3.5 second lead for Tommy Hall. Ben Smith looking up the inside. Oh, he's down here on the outside of Jemison. Trying every way he can. Jemison on the racing line. Coming onto the straight, 35 seconds to go. Nothing in it down the straight as they go. Oh, Ben Jemison really getting, yeah, he's holding his line nicely. He's even on the curbs now, as you can see. He's trying to keep Ben Smith right behind him. These guys battling for the win and the podium. Not sure who's going to get what. We'll let the computer work it out. They're going to go this lap and one more lap for the leaders. Tommy Hall down the straight. Here comes Ben Smith. Oh, he backs out of it. These two right with each other. Just 300 as they cross the line. It's on the final lap now. In and out of the bubble they go. Ben Smith squirming as he goes out of there. Jemison holding on to second. Smith still third. Tommy Hall down the straight takes victory in leg number 3. Here comes Ben Jemison for second. Ben Smith for third. Luke Holdsworth and Matt Thompson. We'll see what that does to the overalls. So Luke Holdsworth fourth, Matt Thompson fifth. So we're going to just give Luke a time to give him fourth. So we'll do that and then check the overall.